Kings and Queens, Your Majesties, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for returning. Trust you and yours are well, and you're loving yourself and others like always. Many thanks to all of you for the support you give to the channel. Thank you so much to our channel members, to our anonymous supporters, to all of you, my esteemed subscribers. You're loved, celebrated, and appreciated. Today, we will talk about the situation in Nigeria, a country in West Africa. Of course, you know Nigeria, the giants of Africa. All right, so there is a situation, there's something going on in Nigeria at this point, and I said, let me bring that information here so that we have some little deliberations about it, right? It is said that Donald Trump and his government to sanction Nigeria over the incessant killing of Christians in the nation. Your Majesties, I felt like this might be of interest to you because we keep talking about religion here. And sometimes when I talk about religion, you'll think that because I'm Jezebel, I'm evil, so I want anything that has a relation to religion. But when you see the level of the havoc done to us as the African people, our image as a people, the core of ourselves, the evil done to the core of ourselves as Africans and melanated people, you will just realize that it is never the best option for us. Before these religions we have around the world, the African people had their way of life. They have their their worship system. Yeah, that's where it's correct. They have their own way of communicating with the divine, with the Almighty. And to tell you the truth, that was what the world built upon, because they learned everything about communicating with the divine from their encounter with the African people, that's our ancestors. It was when they encounter ancestors that they learned most of these informations on how to communicate with the divine and have interactions with the spirit. But it is unfortunate today, quite unfortunate, that religion is one of the major problems in countries in Africa. Because of religion, we have thrown away our brotherly love for each other. If you're not a Christian, you're not a brother anymore, even if you're African, even if you're from my home, you're not a brother anymore. If you're a Muslim, you're not a brother anymore. You know, I don't know. The Muslim faithful want to turn the whole region into everybody is a Muslim. The Christians want to turn the whole region to everybody is a Christian. Are we seeing the havoc that religion is doing to us? Without further ado, I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to lead you straight into the situation. So there is a bishop in one of the states in Nigeria that went to have, some discussion with the foreign bodies, and they told them that something is really happening in Nigeria, and the president of Nigeria, Tinubu, aka Jagaban, is not doing anything about it. And Donald Trump took it up, and they've succeeded, in forcing Jagaban into having a discussion with Catholic bishops in Nigeria. And according to him, he's looking into the situation now. And the question here is, why didn't you look into the situation before now? You have to look into the situation when alarm was raised. And this is not something that just started today. This is something that it's almost 10 years now, where you have people in their farms. The Fulani herdsmen will just go in with their cows to eat your farm produce. And when you talk, they will take you out. It has been happening. People go into farms, they don't come back. They go to see their dead bodies in the farm with their farm produce eaten by cows. A lot of other situations that are not, good to hear at all were happening. And all these things were carried out by these so-called Fulani herdsmen that move around with their cows in the bush. And you do not have the right to talk, because when you talk, they'll take you out.
I am Wilfred Anagbe, that appear here as the bishop, the Catholic Bishop of Makurdi Diocese, the capital of Benue State in Nigeria. I am the shepherd of one of the 4 Catholic dioceses in Benue. We have others, Anglican, Methodist, and Pentecostals, which sort of the Benue State has a population of about 6.1 million people. 2 million of whom are those under my care as the bishop of the diocese, Benue State is about 98% Christian, with very few Muslims living in towns. Nigeria and eventually my diocese and the state of Benue have become, in recent years, one of the most dangerous and insecure places for Christians. Christians and Muslims are nearly evenly divided among Nigeria's large population of over 200 million persons. Islamist extremists are fiercely contesting the possession, control, and governing law of the land, especially in the country's northern and central regions, the latter of which is where Benue is located. There are constant ethnic, political, and religious conflicts over land and allegiance. Constitutionally, we are a secular country, but our unity has been fragile. Political and religious actions and even public speech have been carefully managed to avoid accusations of religious bias and political tensions. Today, the clear influence of Islamist extremists has changed the traditional social dynamics of tribe, ethnicity, religion, and the social status in Nigeria. Because just recently, at the beginning of the Ramadan fast, 12 states in northern Nigeria have declared closed schools so that they attend to this. And you can imagine which other country in the world does that. Saudi Arabia is not doing it. Afghanistan is not doing it. Baghdad is not doing it, but then Nigeria is practicing. What kind of Islam are they practicing? 12 states, and not only Muslims are living in these places. What happens with the educational program or curriculum of the country? But this is what we are going through every day in Nigeria. A long-term Islamic agenda to homogenize the population has been implemented over several presidencies through a strategy to reduce and eventually eliminate the Christian identity of half of the population. This strategy includes both violent and non-violent actions, such as the exclusion of Christians from positions of power and adoption of such church members, the raping of women, the killing and exploitation of Christians, the destruction of churches and farmlands of Christian farmers, followed by the occupation of such lands by the Fulani herders, and also changing the names of these villages. They are taking over the places, so you clearly see an expansionist approach and Islamic, and then they are making the people now flee and leave their villages, and they conquer it. The quest to Islamalize the land appears high on the agenda of some of the powerful and influential Muslims in Nigeria. There is a campaign to take land to spread Islam, and there is the hemorrhaging of Christian farmers from the central region of Nigeria and Benue State, and Makurdi Diocese in particular, as they are forced to abandon fertile lands that used to feed the nation, which classify Benue as the food basket of the nation. Militant Fulani herdsmen are terrorists destroying society. They steal and vandalize, they kill and boast about it. They kidnap and rape, and they enjoy total impunity from the elected authorities. None of them have been arrested and brought to justice. This is supported by the corrupt system in which we operate and the abject poverty among us, which allow the criminals to easily attract more recruits and prey on more victims. Why is this happening? Is it really a religious war? Like in the past, many jihadists are motivated less by religion than by spoils of war and use their religion to impose themselves. In my diocese, the spoils consist mainly of fertile, well-tended land organized around my parishes or so. The jihadists come and adopt and kill the priests, leaving thousands without support and basic human services. And of course, when they disperse the people, the inhabitants, or the citizens, or the people of the lands, they take over. And any attempt to go back and take care of your farms, surely you get killed. The Makurdi Diocese in Benue State has been the epicenter of the invasion by these herders, who are more like hired guns of cattle oligarchies, who manipulate religion to rally the herders to eliminate the Christian population and cleanse the land in the name of Islam. This objective is behind the relentless attacks against Benue's villages. When we call for help to the police and the army, they do not come. At the end of 2024, several villages were warned by the attackers of the upcoming violence, and the leaders called the police for defense ahead of time, but they did not come and the Christian massacres, almost customary, took place, killing hundreds in Plateau and Benue, with the worst massacre claiming 47 people. The militant also burned down the 8 Catholic churches of St. Mary's Parish in the Diocese of Boko, which in Benue State, as well as the parish house, clinics, schools, and other houses. The militant Fulani herdsmen bear on defenseless villagers without consequences. They follow orders to conquer, kill, and occupy. They attack even those who have managed to escape into our IDP camps. Thereby, they have no place to run to. And it is unfortunate that the police system in Nigeria, orders have to come from above, and such that once there's a call, and they say they have never responded. And by the time they arrive, these people have left, and the people are now living in the pool of their blood. What I have recounted above is happening not only in Benue State. I believe our experience in Benue is symptomatic of what is happening elsewhere in large parts of Nigeria. The experience of the Nigerian Christians today can be summed up as that of a church under Islamist extermination. It is frightening to live there. Apart from the violent campaigns and attacks against Christian villages, there are now attempts by the Islamic Council of Nigeria and various Islamic groups to impose Sharia law on the Christian populations. Already, 12 states in the north of Nigeria are under this sectarian religious law, and attempts to extend the same to the south of Nigeria, which they have started. This month, governors in the north decided appropriately to close all schools and education institutions during the months of Ramadan, leaving millions of students without learning opportunity for 5 weeks. We live in fear because at any point it can be our turn to be killed, but to remain silent is to die twice.
All right, Majesties, there are a lot of informations there. I hope you picked one or two. This is the unfortunate situation of the Nigerian people, especially the Benue State where he is coming from. And like I was saying initially, when you look at the states, it's called the food basket of the nation, because everybody there into farming, and a lot of food come out of that particular state, and it is exported to other parts of the nation, of the country called Nigeria. Now, not just Benue State. When you look at the Middle Belt region of Nigeria, they are predominantly farmers. They have fertile land, and it is this same Middle Belt part area that these Fulani herdsmen move around their farms, kill the people, destroy their farmland, and you just know that there is an agenda behind it. Okay, and since religion is a tool, they've succeeded in using religion to create more chaos, create more problem. And I keep saying it that before a foreign body comes to your nation, or a foreign plan is executed in your land, it is because there is a differences that they hold on to. There is a loophole that they had taken advantage of. Now, the truth is, this keep happening, like he said, not just in Benue alone. There are other parts where this happen. People are in their farms. The Fulani just go in. Farmland that is spend money on, you plant, you're waiting for harvest. When your produce is ripe for harvest, they come in with their cows, eat your produce. And when you are in the farm, when they are there, and you are like, stop the cows, they come kill you. Because, like I said, they are moving around with sophisticated military weapons. Where are they getting the weapons from? And when this situation is being reported to security, like he said, they will say they've not gotten order from the above. And you know everything about paramilitary or military is order. When they're not giving order, they can't do anything. So the order from above hasn't said anything, because you see the situation in the country. We have allowed religion to turn us into puppets. Your Majesties. Oh, do this in the name of Allah. Just go and finish them off. And they go. And to tell you the truth, while this information was circulating, and I look at the comment section, I just knew that we are done for. We are done for. The Muslim faithfuls are supporting the Fulani men. And the Christians are saying, what you are doing to us is bad. So it's like a war happening. At the comment section of this video, there was a war going on there. You could see, it's like tears was practically in my eyes while I was going through the comments. That nothing would change. The Muslim faithfuls believe that what the Fulani men are doing is for the sake of their Allah. That you go into a farmland, unalive people, take their properties. Somebody is defending himself, he had to take the Fulani man out. The whole villagers that are Muslims will gather that person and kill the person. And it is unfortunate that as Africans, we think that this is about religion. But we don't know that that hand, that upper hand there that is controlling all these things, is aware that religion is a tool. So they have their agenda separately, but they deceive you into believing that it is a religious fight. Go and fight for Allah. Go and fight for your Jesus. And then we are all destroying ourselves at the process. We forget that before Islam, before Christianity, we were Africans. Your Majesties, we forget this. It's quite unfortunate, but I'm not going to waste your time. But this is exactly what I keep telling you here on this channel. That if we do not want to see the havoc that religion is doing to us, if we do not want to see beyond religion, the supremacists that will still keep using religion as that tool to manipulate and cause confusion in our lives until we wake up, nothing is going to change. Leave your thoughts and opinion there at the section. I'm going to see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive, always, Your Majesties. Bye for now.